Good morning, students. Welcome to this online class. Today we'll start new chapter, that is that consumer's equilibrium and demand. We have already finished that first unit. This is the second unit, consumer's equilibrium and demand. Before we start that consumer's equilibrium demand, we must know that who is called that consumer. I am a consumer, you are also a consumer. Who consumes the goods, who intends to purchase the goods, and after purchasing the goods you will get the satisfaction. So in this sense, the consumer occupies a pivotal place in the economy activity. I have already discussed the meaning of economy activities. So consumer is a person who intends to consume the goods and to fulfill his or her wants or needs. As per that meaning of economics is concerned, so far Robin's definition, I have already told to all of you that human wants are unlimited and means are limited. So with regard to that limited resources, a consumer wants to satisfy his or her satisfaction. So now you are clear who is to be that consumer. A producer may be a consumer, an individual may be the consumer, a person who intends to purchase that goods and get that satisfaction is to be called that consumer. I am giving briefly that equilibrium. Dear student, when you go to market to purchase any kinds of goods, always your aim is to get that maximum satisfaction, no doubt. So that how much money you spend and how much you get that satisfaction, that can be measured by your psychological intentions. That psychological measurement is to be here one kind of satisfaction. So whenever that will the balance, that is to be called that consumer's equilibrium. So a consumer is an economic agent who consumes the goods and services for the satisfaction of his wants, or he buys goods and services for satisfaction of his wants. The satisfaction of wants, the beginning and the end of all economic activities. So the objective of a consumer is to get maximum satisfaction from expenditure incurred on various goods and services. Yes, students. So that satisfaction, like we are counting the money 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, like this, we can also measure that satisfaction in quantities. Every day we have that some needs and we are spending that money. So main objective to spend that money is not only to fulfill or satisfy our needs, but also to get that maximum satisfaction. That is the objectives of a consumer. So the main aim of this chapter is to determine that consumer's equilibrium. It means that money spent is equal to that how much satisfaction he will get. That analysis will be in this chapter. So before we discuss this consumer's equilibrium, that there is the two approach. One is utility approach, another is the indifference curve approach. Two approach. One is the utility approach. This utility approach is analyzed cardinal analysis. And another is that indifference curve approach, which is to be called that ordinal analysis. So first of all, we'll discuss the utility approach. What is utility approach? I said utility approach is that cardinal analysis, indifference curve approach is that ordinal analysis. So we have to discuss first of all consumer's behavior. What is your behavior? When you go to market to purchase any kinds of goods or to take your any kinds of lunch or the breakfast, anything. Suppose pani pata sa. So at that time, what is your behavior? That how much pani pata sa you will consume and how much money you will pay as per the test, that much is to be equal. That is the consumer's behavior. Any goods you want to purchase, how much expenditure are incurred by yourself and how much satisfaction you are getting, that should be equal. That is the behavior of the consumer. You will get that more but not less than less. So if you do less, then it will be loss. If you do more, then you will be the gainer. So it is the behavior of the consumer in which the consumer spends his limited income on various goods and services in such way that he obtains that maximum satisfaction. The target is that maximum satisfaction. It means how much money we spend and how much satisfaction we are getting. That measurements will be equal, then that is to be called that consumer equilibrium. If satisfaction is more than money spent, then you will be gainer. If satisfaction is more than spent, how much money? Then you will be the gainer. If satisfaction is less than the money spent, you will be loser. So that is the behavior of a consumer. Always he will get the maximum satisfaction by what much money he or she is spending. So this satisfaction can be measured one terms that is called utility. Now my question is, what is utility? Before we analyze the utility, I will give the example of 5-star chocolate. Suppose X is a person or student. He wants to consume that chocolate, 5-star chocolate, which cost is ₹10. And he has or she has total amount is that 50 rupees. So how many chocolate he can purchase? 5 chocolates. So whenever he purchase that X commodity, that is chocolate, first unit of chocolates, units of chocolates. Then whenever he will consume the chocolate or he consumes the chocolate, he will get the satisfaction. Suppose that satisfaction we can measure in that cardinal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the cardinal order. Ordinal is that first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So that satisfaction may be suppose 25 units of the satisfaction. When that second 5-star chocolate he will consume, now it is depend on you whether it will be the more of the 25 or less than 25. Some student will say that more, some student will say that less. First I am going to that more. If that second chocolate he will consume, then he may get the 30. Third chocolate, he may be the 40. Fourth chocolate, now this is the confusion again. Whether it will be more or less, I will ask you. No doubt, after certain times it will be less. Why it is to be less? I have seen. You are consuming that chapati. So it means if that satisfaction will be increased continuously, you will never be that full stop of that eating your favorite chapatis. Never. At a certain time, you will say to your mother, I don't need more. Whatever the taste that chapati has. So next it will be reduced, suppose 30, and fifth it may be the 20, like this. So our economist says if that satisfaction is increasing up to that, we don't discuss about the economic sense. When it starts to decrease, our economic sense will be discussed. So I will start that when we consume that first chocolate, suppose we get that 25 units of satisfaction, and second chapati if we will consume it, second chocolate we will consume it may be that 20, and third chocolate it may be 15 units, and fourth chocolate it may be 10 satisfaction, and fifth chocolate it may be that 5 satisfaction. This is my imaginary examples. So these are the cardinal measurements: 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. So this satisfaction of each and every unit. First unit will be 25, from second unit we are getting the 20, third unit we are getting 15, fourth units we are getting 10. So suppose that 1 unit satisfaction equal to 1 rupees. 1 unit of satisfaction which is to be get by 1 rupee. Then you are getting these kinds of satisfaction. How much the total satisfaction you are getting? First unit 25, second unit that 25 plus 20 equal to 45, it means third unit 25 plus 20 plus 15, 60, and fourth unit 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 equal to 70, and fifth units 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 equal to 70. Similarly, if you will purchase more and more, 6 units, maybe 0. That is 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 0 equal to 75. 70 units, whenever you consume, you will get that minus 3. Then it will be the 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 0 minus 3. So, utility depends upon urgency or intensity of want. This satisfaction of individual unit in our economic terms, it is called that marginal utility. MU, marginal utility. Now we will say that what is utility? Yes. First, I want to say that what is utility. Wants satisfying capacity of a goods at a given time is called want satisfying capacity of a goods given a time is called utility. First commodity we are getting the 25 utility, second commodity we are getting the 20 utility, third commodity we are getting the 15 unit support, fourth commodity we will get the 10, 5th 5, 6, 0, 7. These are the, if we have that in place of 10 rupees each and 70 rupees. So we will spend, we will get this satisfaction accordingly. So utility is that subjective, and utility is measured in the cardinal way. What did I say? Utility is that subjective. It cannot be quantified, but it may vary from person to person. It may vary from person to person. As per my view is that like this, another person view may be like this. The satisfaction should not be same for each and every consumer. If you have the 10 rupees you will spend, how much satisfaction you will get? One beggar will spend that money 10 rupees. That satisfaction could not be equal. That is why utility is measurable and utility is subjective. So it may vary from person to person. For example, hungry person get more satisfaction from chapatis in comparison to person who is not hungry person. It keeps changing with time or place. It keeps changing with time or place. So many times I have said. Suppose you will come to school after 4th period from that ground. So then you must be very much thirsty for that drinking water. That satisfaction is more than when in the normal in the class. That is why it is to be said like it keeps changing with time or place at a given time. That is why it one satisfying capacity of goods at a given time is called utility. जिस समय के अंदर में जिस परिस्थिति के अनुसार when the consumers is consuming, that satisfaction whenever he is getting, that is called that utility. That is wants satisfying capacity of a goods is called utility. It is also explained in that definition chapter when I was explaining the definition of different economists. The same consumers may derive higher or lesser utility from the same commodity at different times and different places. I can give that another example. Suppose this is that summer season. You don't desire that woolen clothes, but woolen clothes has no importance here. This season. But in that winter season, the woolen clothes have the utility, but the woolen clothes have no utility in that summer season. And I did say utility is measurable. This measurable utility is cardinal. Cardinal utility analysis, this is given by that Marshall. Cardinal is given by that Marshall. Cardinal utility is given by that Marshall. This is given by Marshall, which measures in quantitative orders. Which measures in quantitative orders. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. This is called the cardinal method. The unities of utility are called that utils. It is called that utils. So 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. This is that utilities or utils. It is measured absolute numbers. So from this we can say that marginal utility. Let me clear about that before that marginal utility. I say that when you consume that first unit of chocolates, you get that utility 25. When second chocolate you consume, you get that 20, but both the chocolate after consume total getting that 40. So this total is to be called that total utility. This is the inter-relationship. How we can get that 20? If that 45 is total given, so 45 minus 25 is 20. Second unit's total utility is 45. Third unit's total utility is 60. Fourth is that 70. Fifth total utility is 75. Sixth total utility is 75. Seventh total utility is 72. It means total utility increases, after certain time it decreases. Marginal utility continuously decreases, after certain time 0, then minus 3, negative. So we are discussing the cardinal utility, which is given the Marshall. These are the measurement 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the cardinal measurement which is given by the Marshall. Another, I just giving that introductions, which is I told in that previous, that ordinal, or which is to be called the indifference curve approach. So that is the ordinal utility that given Hicks and Allen. Ordinal is given by the Hicks and Allen. Professor Hicks and Allen. Hicks and Allen, it measures the utility in qualitative order. Qualitative order means, suppose in a class there are 40 students. Among these 40 students, one is that first, second, third, fourth, fifth, like the rank of your classes. So this is to be called that order, and it is that indifference curve. Later on we'll start that indifference curve. So move here the cardinal, which is given the Marshall, which is the quantitative, and ordinal, which is given that Hicks and Allen, that is the qualitative order. It measures utility in qualitative order like that: first preferences, second preferences, third preference, etc. It is measured in a rank like in your class exam. So indifference curve is used to explain also in the consumer psychology. Our chapter name is that consumer psychology. So consumer psychology can be explained here. One is that utility approach, another is that indifference curve approach. Now we are clear. One, satisfying capacity of goods, which is called that utility. Then this is that utility which is to be called that marginal utility. This is called that marginal utility. What is marginal utility? What is marginal utility? The example here is same. Units of chocolate. Or units of X, which we may say that as chocolate. Marginal utility, I say that 25. Second is that 20. Third is that 15. Fourth is that 10. Fifth is that 5. Sixth is that 0. Seventh. So if a person have 70 rupees, rupees 70 rupees in a basket, or per unit price is 10 rupees. 25 plus 20 equal to 85. 25 plus 20 plus 15 equal to 60. And 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 equal to 70. And 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 5 equal to 75. And 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 5 equal to plus 0 equal to 75. And 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 5 plus 0 minus 3 equal to 72. This is marginal utility. This is the total utility. Now, what is marginal utility? You may write, marginal utility is the net additional of total utility. Marginal utility is the net additional made to total utility. Or net addition made to total utility by consuming an additional units. By consuming an additional unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Consumer is adding one by one. Derived from consumption. Derived from consumption of one more unit of a given commodity. Okay, given commodity. Or we may say that marginal utility, the net additional of total utility, when a consumer consumes one more unit of additional of the goods at a given time. It means it may write one formula also. Marginal utility of n equal to total utility n minus total utility n minus 1. What is marginal utility n? Suppose we will find out the marginal utility n is a third units. So equal to total utility of n minus total utility of n minus 1 equal to total utility of third minus total utility of 3 minus 1 equal to total utility of 3 minus total utility of 2. This is called marginal utility of third units. How much is the total utility of third units? First, second, third. 60. Minus second units, 45. How much is that? 50. That is the formula. Marginal utility of n equal to total utility n minus n minus 1. So we say that marginal utility is the net additional of the total utility when a consumer consumes one more units of goods at a given time. And what is the total utility? Total utility is called as summation of marginal utility. It means marginal utility of 1 plus marginal utility of 2 plus marginal utility of 3 plus marginal utility of 4, like this. It's called the total utility of that. So total utility is the summation of the marginal utility, or we may write here the total utility equal to summation of marginal utility. So this is marginal utility, this is the total utility. Tomorrow we'll start more about the difference between marginal utility and total utility curves. Thank you.